The universe started as a tiny dot, which exploded, called the Big Bang. The Big Bang actually had no sound, because sound waves need air or water to travel, but at the time there was no air or water. A few seconds later, a baby universe that was very hot began spreading, and it is still spreading as we speak. 300,000 years later, the mass started clumping together, and they are the beginning of galaxies. The galaxies were formed in all shapes and sizes, such as egg-shaped spirals and no shape at all. Most galaxies started giving birth to lots of stars, but eventually stars died. Most of these stars die and turn into black rocks, but some blow up, and this is called a supernova. The material of those supernovas push away and go to another material and become another star. Where does the Earth fit into all this? About 8 billion years ago or so, after the Big Bang, a new star formed at the edge of a swirling spiral galaxy. It was our Sun. Our Sun is medium-sized and medium bright compared to other stars. Around the Sun there was lots of dust. Then at some time the dust started clumping together and it made 9 big giant clumps of rock and dust over millions of years. Do you know what one of those clumps were called? Planet Earth. How does the sun affect the Earth? There are 2 ways that the sun affects the Earth's weather. First, the heat of the sun shines down onto the Earth, which heats up the air over the land. The hot air rises into the sky. The cold air rushes in to take its place. The cold air travelling is the wind we feel on our faces. Secondly, the sun heats up the oceans and rivers, which makes the water evaporate into water vapour or hot air. This hot air floats up, which cools down along the way. As the air cools down, the air condenses into tiny water droplets. These droplets rest on dust particles and eventually form into clouds. When the drops are big and heavy, it starts to fall as rain. Some parts of the world are warmer or cooler than others because some countries get more heat from the sun, such as Africa. Africa is hotter than the Antarctic. This is due to the angle which the light hits the surface of Earth. The smaller the angle, the more light is spread out. The steeper the angle, the more concentrated the light is. Therefore, the tropics, the sun hits the Earth's surface from a high point, and the heat is more concentrated in making the country hotter. Example, Africa. However, at the poles, the sun is generally in a very low angle, so the Earth gets less heat. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. This happens because the Earth spins on its axis. The Earth takes 24 hours to spin around, and it seems that the sun is moving, but really we move because the Earth is spinning. We move in an arc, so it looks like the sun moves in an arc, starting low down in the east, rising to its highest in noon, Greenwich Mean Time, and setting low in the west.